is the high-fat, low-carb, veggie lifestyle. I'm going to talk about what exactly is going on. There is so much information out there, and I want to give it to you from a layman's perspective because I'm a layman. Basically, what we're going to be doing is reducing our carbohydrate intake to less than 50 grams per day, and for the first week, less than 30 grams per day. We have to track the amount of grams of carbs that we are going to be consuming during this first week, because this is what gets us into what is called ketosis. Now, you might have heard me mention ketosis, or you may have heard it out there in the world. Ketosis is this phenomenal thing that happens to our body when we reduce how much carbs we're consuming. And basically, the body is going along the road as we eat on a regular basis by using carbohydrates, break them down to simple sugars into glycogen, and that's what feeds our body, our brains, etc. Energy. However, when you do not give the body carbohydrates, the body has this miraculous task of transforming into a fat burning machine by using, and I don't know the exact science, and I'm getting it, but let me explain it the way it's simple to me and to you. Is it basically takes the fat that you're eating and transforms it into what would be a form of glycogen that the body can use for energy, brain function, body function, everything. And it happens within the first 3 to 4 days of you reducing your carb intake. Now, it could be longer for some people, and it could be a day or two for some people. It just depends on the individual. I say go a whole week hardcore. Reduce your carbs to as close to zero as you possibly can, and this is going to happen for you. And then we're going to make slight adjustments. We're still going to be low, and guess what? We're still going to be low carb for life, okay? This is where it's at, okay? First of all, carbohydrates are one of the foods that is not an essential food. It's one of the macronutrients that is not an essential food to eat. The body creates its own carbohydrates through the liver, and through ketosis, we're able to fully function normally and healthfully, okay? That's the gist of what we're going to be doing. The how comes next, okay? It's just very fascinating, like I was saying, how people are so addicted to carbohydrates. I know I am a straight carb addict. I am such a carb addict that as soon as I release my eating of carbs, I see immediate changes in my life. Like, just everything changes. I lose weight. I actually feel more energy. I don't feel like a lazy bum all the time. Going to the bathroom is like whoop. And you know, it makes you realize. Another thing that I find that's interesting about the whole carb thing is the whole allergy thing, right? So a lot of people believe that allergies are a normal part of our health. Like, oh, I have allergies. I have been doing holistic nutrition for years and eons, and guess what? Allergies are not natural, and they're not normal. Allergies means that you have toxins in your system that your body is constantly trying to fight it, and you keep adding it to your body, okay, either through your diet or through your environment. So allergies are not normal. Interestingly enough, most people are allergic to carbohydrate-based items like grains, and what else are people allergic to? Wheat is big, peanuts are big. A lot of the protein in peanuts is really what people are allergic to. And in fact, from what I've heard, a lot of people are allergic to the mold that grows on peanuts. A lot of times when people have this spring allergy thing that comes around, it happens to be from the grains, the pollen, the grains and stuff in the air that are just, you know, causing causing suffocation in your system. Rarely are people allergic to fat. So this diet is a high fat diet, a high fat, like the majority of your eating and consummation is going to be in the form of fat. And I think that's scary for a lot of people, because we have been taught since as far back as I can remember that fat is not good. Fat causes fat, fat creates fat, fat makes you fatter, fat is unhealthy, fat clogs your arteries, fat makes you have a heart attack and high blood pressure, and all kinds of fat is not good for you. And the opposite is true, okay? What happens is when you start eliminating fat, you add more carbs to the mix. And carbs are what is causing problems in people's health, in their weight, and in their health, and in their weight, and in their health, and in their weight. Carbohydrates are what is making our community a fat community. So all I would suggest for you to do is try it. I would say try it for 1 week and see how you feel. It's almost like, you know how we do like a juice cleanse for a week or 2 weeks or whatever? A lot of people do it as an experiment. So this is my invitation for you to try it as an experiment. So basically the high carb, low fat, veggie lifestyle. Now I'm gonna add the Skai juice spin to the whole. HCLF is what people usually break it down as. Is the veggie lifestyle is, I just have always been a vegetarian, 27 years, and you can actually do this by eating meat. A lot of people who do this lifestyle are meat eaters. They incorporate a lot of eggs, a lot of cheese, dairy, and different meats into their program. I am more focused on veggies. And how can we do this the healthy way? You know, the thing about the meat eating that a lot of folks don't put into this equation is the acidity that meat brings. And green leafy vegetables are still going to alkalize your system. They're still going to keep you alkaline, and alkalizing your system is still one other tract on being healthy. So making lots of things out of collards and kale, eggplant, cauliflower, broccoli, using lots of avocados, using our coconut oil, eating coconuts, eating our pumpkin seeds, our sunflower seeds. All of this is part of the low carb, high fat veggie lifestyle, okay? It is a high veggie. It's going to be more high veggie than any other program that you've eaten in or been involved or have come across, because a lot of vegetarian-based programs are very high carb and high fruit and potatoes and rice and pasta and lots of beans. We're not doing any of those. We're doing lots and lots of green leafy veggies, green vegetables, fatty fruits like avocados, durian, coconut, which is more of a nut, nuts and seeds, and lots of greens, lots of delicious flavors. We're going to make sweet things, we're going to make desserts, etc., but we're going to reduce our carbohydrates to almost nil. And that's what inviting the veggie lifestyle. Now, the thing I do want to say about that is it's not vegan strictly, and it's not vegetarian strictly. If you feel that you want to add chicken or fish to your program, then I'm inviting you to. If you want to add dairy or cheese, that's fine as well. And if you want to do eggs as well, that's fine. I'm also going to give you some ideas on how to do it vegan, like making a vegan cheese out of seeds and nuts, like pumpkin seeds and walnuts. I'm also going to show you how to make veggie meats. We're going to do a little bit of, just for variety, some tofu. I rediscovered tofu. Tofu has very little carbs in it, and they take flavors really well. So we're going to do a little bit just for variety's sake and just to keep it, you know, fun. We're going to do a lot with veggies and green leafy veggies. So this will be great for a lot of folks who really need veggies in their life. Salad is our friend, and that is what the high carb, low fat, veggie lifestyle is going to look like, okay? More on that later.